In this video, I am going to explain about finding out the factorial of a given number program. In this particular program, we are going to accept the value of n using input function. Since by default, Python will accept the values as strings, we are typecasting the accepted value by using integer function. So the meaning of the first statement is we are going to initialize the value of n with a numerical value. The meaning of this second line is we are initializing a variable called as f with the value 1. You can consider f as a factorial. So the default initial factorial we are assigning for f is 1. Then coming to the if, elif and else blocks. In these three parts, the concept of these three parts is in general we cannot find out the factorial for a given negative number. Also, if the value of the number for which we want to calculate factorial is 0, then by default its factorial is 1. That means if n value is assigned with a negative value, we cannot calculate its factorial since it is not possible. If whatever the value we are assigning to n, if it is 0, then by default the factorial value will be 1. Let us see the execution of the first two cases. Okay. Here I am entering the number as a negative value, that is -5. Then automatically the print statement will be executed. Since negative numbers are less than 0, if less than 0 condition will become true. Then coming to the execution of second part, that is n is equals to 0. Suppose I am assigning the value of n as 0. Then this particular print statement will be executed, which displays that factorial of 0 is 1. If whatever the number we have entered for n, if it is not a negative number and it is also not a 0, then we are going to calculate the factorial of a given number. The concept of this particular two statements I am explaining with the help of tracing. See, in this particular part, whatever the first two blocks I have discussed, I have written over here. N value I have initialized as 5, f value is initialized as 1 in the program itself. If n less than 0, 5 less than 0, the condition is wrong. If n is equals to 0, double equals to 0, that is 5 double equals to 0, it is not true, even that condition is false. So if block will not be executed, also elif block will not be executed. Now the else part will be executed. In the else part, what we are writing is for in range of 1 comma n plus 1. Now the value of variable I ranges from 1 to n. As we know, according to the property of range function, if I am writing 1 comma n plus 1 as arguments, it will include the values from 1 to n. The n plus 1th value will not be included. So, since here we have given the n value as 5 and we want to calculate the factorial of 5. So, we need to include even that 5 in our calculation. For that purpose, what we are doing is instead of writing n, we are writing n plus 1. That is 5 plus 1, 6 is considered as the highest limit. So the numbers ranging from 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 will be considered in order to assign to the variable I. Now this for loop will execute whenever we have value of I as 1, value of I as 2, value of I as 3, value of I as 4 and value of I as 5. That means this particular for loop is going to repeat for 4 times. Each time for loop is executed, this particular statement is also executed. F is equals to F into I. Initial value of f is 1 as we have seen in the program. Here I initial value will also be 1. So 1 into 1, which is nothing but 1, and this is assigned to the variable f. Now I value will become 2. I is equals to 2 and f is equals to 1. F into I means 2 into 1, which is nothing but 2. Now I will be equals to 3, which means that f is equals to f into I, that is 2 into 3, which is nothing but 6. Similarly, when I is equals to 4, f will be equals to 6 into 4, 24, and when I is equals to 5, f will be equals to f into I, that is 24 into 5, 120. Now, whenever the I value reaches to 5, the execution of for loop will stop there itself. That means the execution of for loop is completed. Now control comes out of the for loop and the last print statement of the program is executed, and it is going to display the value of the factorial of the given n value. In this program we have given n value as 5, so its factorial 120 will be displayed as output. Thank you.